Hey everybody, Nick here, and today we're going to do a little disassembly and maintenance on this big old guy right here. Well, I don't know if he's big old, but he's certainly a guy. Well, okay, it's a knife, it's non-gendered, whatever. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do a disassembly on this right here. This is the WE Knives Practic. So, this is actually a knife that I picked up on the recommendation of a viewer, a longtime sporter guy named Steve, and you know, it was one that I've kind of, as I'm coming up for air a little bit. By the way, I'm using a T8 bit, and I'm using a this driver here is actually from a Russian jeweler, a guy named Alexander Peshkov, I believe, and I'm going to do a review of this guy. But for everything else that you're going to see here, just take a look at my disassembly toolkit video, show you more details. But anyways, this was recommended to me by Steve, just saying, you know, hey, Nick, you should check this out. And so indeed I am checking it out. Interesting piece. I'm having to do kind of a flip-flop disassembly because otherwise I would probably have to remove the clip, and I don't need to do that. So it's a little easier to do it in this manner here, where I've got the these two screws on this side and this one removed. Should make everything work out okay, but we'll see. We'll find out. There we go. And we just need to slide these guys loose here. Beautiful. Alrighty. So what we can actually see here is that this is a surprisingly, this is more of a budget option from WE Knives. They're not doing anything too, you know, price-wise. They're coming in at a pretty reasonable value here. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I want to say it was like 70 or 80 bucks. You know, I live in this really weird world when it comes to, you know, pocket knife reviews, where it's like, you know, the actual retail price is not necessarily, you know, close at hand. Even though I bought this, I just went on to my knife dealer of choice and picked that up. And, you know, in some ways, you know, A, it's a sign that I'm in the ivory freaking tower, but B, it's a sign that it's by design. Because I do my best not to know too much about the price, if I can avoid it, until after I've handled the guy for a little while. Because that's, you know, the price is an important detail, and it's something that makes a lot of people, well, it can make a major difference for a bunch of people. And so, you know, if I can kind of figure out in my mind, whoa, as I just spray rubbing alcohol everywhere, if I can figure out in my mind what I think something's worth, that can be helpful for me as I'm formulating my review. Because if I'm thinking during the course of my preparations that, you know, oh, this is going to be a great $70 knife, and it turns out to be 150 bucks, it's a different affair. But what we see here is that this is pretty well done, actually, for a budget piece, and that they've done a nice anodization and polish on these internal liners. They've actually done a bunch of skeletization, too, which is not something I expected, popping this guy open. The balance is really nice. I mean, they've done great work here, but that caught me a little bit off guard when I opened it up. And so, other than that, though, it's a liner lock. It's a reasonably, well, relatively vanilla sort of piece. One thing to highlight here, non-free spinning pivot. They're using a little cutout on the side there, which lands on a shelf over here, such that this will avoid spinning freely. Great. Can't argue with that. Alrighty, so it's time to reassemble here. Now that I've cleaned off the bearings, I am going to reassemble and lubricate during that process here. The lubrication I'm going to use today is it's a nano oil. It's by one particular brand, St. Clair. There are other lubrication sorts of stuff that you can use that work well too, but yeah, I tend to be a little bit partial to nano oil just because I haven't found anything that works better. And, you know, the price hasn't gotten so insane yet that I'm tapping out. But, you know, for the moment, yeah, that's what I'm using, and that's probably where I'd still send you. But hope it doesn't increase in price any further. So, there we go. Let's go ahead and pop this guy through there. Next step is going to be to use a little bit of the 10 weight here and just do drippity drop drop right there. Let's do drippity drop drop. It's where you come to me for your hard-hitting pocket knife community journalism. Oh, yeah. Not a journalist. Not even a brilliant man. And so anyways, there's that. Then let's go ahead, drop the other bearing onto here. Drippity drop it on there, I suppose. And I'm just going to spin it a little bit. And then I'm going to put a little bit of lubrication on the detent ball path here. And that'll just help to smooth its overall ride. Now, we can drop everything back into position here, and that's going to be fairly straightforward, I hope. Get the stop pin in place, back spacer. Once I've got everything aligned, everything should snap back into place together. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Now I'm going to go ahead and using my my bit here, clean off this guy a little bit, and then apply a little bit of a blue thread locker, Loctite Blue 242, I believe. Although this is the Loctite on a stick. I like the stick stuff because it's just a little easier to apply without over applying, but at the same time, the liquid stuff is fine too. For some reason, the alcohol I'm using is leaving a white powder on things, which is not great. Generally, you shouldn't mix white powders in alcohol. Anyways, I digress. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of the Loctite on there. And slide this into place. Why are you not sliding into place, bro? Go ahead and shut the blade, just so it's easier to manipulate. What's going on? Maybe something's out of alignment. Oh, no. Okay, we're in. All right. Tightened up. And tightened up. This is one of those disassemblies that is so straightforward that I kind of question why I do it. But, you know, at the same time, it could have been that there was, I guess there we could see that internal milling and whatnot. And I guess for somebody down the road who might not have taken apart a bazillion of these, maybe this is helpful still. But, you know, yeah. So there we go. Now we just got to tune the action a little bit. Maybe we don't. Loosen this up a little bit. No, that added blade play. No, it was perfect the first time. Damn, I'm good. That's a joke. I'm not actually good. And, actually, the centering is maybe a little bit wonky at the moment. So what I'm going to do is loosen these guys up back here a little bit. Now that we got the pivot dialed into place, now the centering is pretty much right on. And so I'll just tighten these back down again. Sometimes there's just like tension stored up in the system or something like that. And so, yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Slightly off, maybe. Actually, it looks like the blade is slightly warpy. Like the blade does a little tiny bit of this thing. I don't know. But either way, it's close enough for government work, and it's running beautifully, and there we go. So we've seen the inside of the Practic here. I hope this was a practical guide to disassembling and maintaining this knife, that you have yourselves just an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.